every time when a woman is chasing a man, it's never for the man. First and foremost, it is always because she's in need of something. Y'all, chasing men is a death sentence. Like, why would you ever text a man first, call a man first, asking him what he's doing? Like, why are you taking on the masculine role? And when I say this, I'm talking to everyone that has done this before. And, you know, I've done it before and I'm truly embarrassed. I really am. I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, was I going through a bad time in my life? And that is always the case. I was either like depressed because I didn't have enough money to do what I wanted. Because why else would I chase a man? Because I was sad because I didn't have money to go to Tokyo. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be worried about him. So we got to give ourselves grace. But at the same time, we have to do better. Like, okay, symbolically, women represent heaven, men represent hell. Why would you willingly take yourself to hell? And I know when women do this, when I hear about women doing this, they come back humbled and disheveled, and they have to like dust themselves off and get cleaned up because they were doing something that was unnatural, that was against nature. You know, chasing a man is the worst thing you can ever do. And every time I think about the moments I did that, I cringe inside. I'm like, ew, why would I ever do that? And every time I did it, I realized something was missing in my own life. And I think going towards the man when you're depressed or you have a lack of fulfillment in your own life or you don't have enough money to actually enjoy life, you're subconsciously looking for the man to provide those things that are missing in your life. And it's funny because, you know, in today's age, you know, we've been programmed from generations and generations because our ancestors, they did have to go to men to get their needs met. But today, you know, we can work, we can have hobbies, we can drive, we can take planes, go wherever we want. And, hi, duckies. We can take planes and go wherever we want. So we don't really need to do that chasing and pursuing like we had to do in the past. And I think that's why women are naturally like texting first, calling first, thinking about the guy instead of just enjoying their lives and saying, to hell with the guy, I'm gonna do my own thing. It's because they've been indoctrinated to depend on the man in the past, whereas we don't have to do that anymore. So I did some deep self-reflection, and I noticed every time where I chased a man, I was texting him first, calling him first to wonder about what he was doing. Something was missing in my life. Either I was depressed because I wasn't making enough money as much as I wanted to do the things I wanted, or I was subconsciously wanting to be him, wanting to be as financially stable as that guy, and thinking like, oh, you know, he was kind of cool because he did this, he accomplished that. Maybe some of that will rub off on me. And I'm not here to start a gender war because I know we both do this to each other. And, you know, women and men, we project onto each other. And if you have the patience and the time to self-reflect on, you know, why you ended up in a relationship with that person, what was missing in your own life that you couldn't give to yourself, that you were looking for it in another person, it will greatly help your inner work and your self-love journey. And it'll help you heal your childhood wounds if you have any. Most people do. Oh, I think another reason is because You may have women in your life who are being 100% provided for by a man, and you're thinking, oh my God, I want that. Like, that would be great. But, I learned that women are not 100% honest on what they have to go through to be 100% provided for. A lot of women make it seem very easy. They don't really tell you, everything about the relationship. But, it's always a give and take, And I'm not saying that there are women out there. I'm not saying that there are not women out there who can't 100% be provided for without doing anything. Because I believe that is true. At least I want it to be true, right? But it is an energy exchange. Like, you have to, like, you gotta give a little bit of something. I mean, whether it's blowing a kiss, complimenting, telling somebody they're great, the saying is nothing is free in this world. I don't know if that's true because, women are just born with natural born gifts. And the world is generally kind to women who are, being the best version of themselves without us having to, have a bunch of money or all of that stuff. Back in the day, women used to come up with different tips and tricks to get their man to do something for them, or have their friend suggest something or something like that. But today you can just give it to yourself. It might take a while to build yourself up. Yeah. It might be lonely. It might be frustrating. You might not have, as much support giving it to yourself. But in the long run, it's going to be worth it. Because what are you going to do? Spend your whole life trying to get something from somebody else the whole time? I don't know. I see a lot of Miami girls on that hustle, and it doesn't look pretty. I think a lot of them end up with scars that we can't see. So I am all about taking the path of least resistance. I get exhausted easily, and I'm sensitive, and I know myself. I know I know that I am not good at I'm just not good at trying hard and being persistent. Like, if I try to persuade someone to do something, they don't want to do it, that's it for me. I am done. And I think that is how nature intends for us women to be. For life to flow like the river. For life to be easy. We're not supposed to struggle and beg and fight and plead for things that we want in this world. I would never ever chase a man again. And when I have, I was in a depressed state. Like, I was sad. I was looking for that validation. And then after I talked to the guy, I saw the light. I was like, oh my goodness. It all makes sense now. I am looking for something that I can cultivate on my own. Because every time I did chase a guy and he came around, it just added more stress. And I'm not saying all men are stressful, but I'm just saying most of the times when you go chasing after one, he's gonna give you stress, pain, and regret. Now tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. And I know there are a lot of girls I talk to who say, oh, I can ask this guy for this much and he'll give it to me easily. I think that is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I've never experienced that. No guy has ever given me nothing easily. The ones I talk to, they're all like, what are you gonna do for me? They're all like, basically give it up is what they communicate. Basically. And I do stay 100% positive that is hopeful, that there are men out there who love providing, who love putting a smile on women's faces. And I don't want to deal with anything besides that, because what woman would want to do or deal with anything else besides that? There's a lot of women who have no idea that there are providers out there. They just think it's not true. And I understand why, because I grew up around women who weren't being 100% provided for. And when I mention it in my community, they're like, what? They're like, where does that happen? And I'm like, it happens. I see it. Now, I don't know how far away or close it is, but it's out there. And like I said in my last video, we should all be striving to get the best relationships in life, to be the best version of ourselves. I want all women to be provided for. I want all women to experience what that's like. I've had moments where I was given amazing gifts that I will cherish for the rest of my life, because receiving in those moments felt so amazing. It was like all I did was show up and I got these gifts. I want my whole life to be like that. And chasing a man is not how you get there. Let's stop it. Just stop it. It's disgusting. Alright, I'm gonna enjoy my time out here in nature, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let me know what you think